Okay, right. Something I didn't really like doing just now. This is a piece of meat that I got today. Someone who had well, you can almost call it a pet cow that passed away that ate a piece of plastic. And, well, the girl was not very, it wasn't a good day for her. So, and I just had to cut through this one piece to make it two pieces, and I could only cut it there, and I was actually a bit sick doing this. This is not something that I am actually doing, so feeding tigers can sometimes be a bit bad. It's a smell, the smell of the meat. I don't really like meat that much, so it's something that I guess if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I did cut through it with a saw, and it wasn't a nice thing that I didn't like it at all. So the tigers, on the other hand, they're waiting for the food to get Enzo there. So it's a big piece and a small piece, so that's wrong. But I'm going to throw the smaller one over, and then I'll see what happens to who I'm going to throw the big one. And Enzo's waiting for it now, so I'm going to have to do this. This little cat is also eating it, but yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible to get to the one side. Let me just feel the weight of the other one so I know what to expect. Yeah. So I'm going to throw this one that side, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to throw this. There. And I got it over. Whew, I didn't think I was going to get that over. It's heavy. But yeah. You don't always know what to expect with the tigers, you know, so I had to do it quite quick to avoid them maybe fighting for one piece. This is red meat, this is beef. Like I said, the cow passed away. The girl raised it for about 4 or 5 years. It was like a pet, and she was a bit devastated. But it's going to good use. Tigers are being fed with it. It's not a waste. But yeah, for her, it wasn't a good day. She was actually very heartbroken. But yeah, they've got it. They're very happy at the moment. Enzo is just deciding how to handle this because I already fed them. So this is a bit extra, and they will enjoy it. But yeah, what can you say? They're gonna feast on this. Just look at Enzo there having a ball. And if you start dealing with these animals, you should have a pretty strong personality. You need to know that you're dealing with something else here. You're not dealing with, you're dealing with real life. And real life is not always roses. So, and that's the other thing. To them, this is the rosy part. So, they're enjoying it a lot. Enzo is just eating away small pieces of meat from that whole carcass. He's having a good time. Jaeger, on the other hand, he got a smaller piece. I think he was a bit greedy. The greed gave him the small piece. Enzo was more the one to let this one go, and then he got the bigger part of it. So enjoying this. The cats would have loved it. I just couldn't cut another piece off there. It's fresh, but that smell of the meat, it's a bit different. It's not something that I'm used to. Although I've been working with raw meat for all this time. I don't know how to explain it. But when you're dealing with a bigger part of it, I think you need to get the stomach for it. This one, she's so happy. The little ones, they all had chicken. I fed the tigers there 5 packets of 2 kilogram pieces. So that was 10 kilograms that they ate. And now that is a rare picture of a tiger eating with his plastic motorbike. You don't get to see that often. But yeah, I think in some cities they actually have a problem with disposing of meat that's not usable. And that's something that tigers can be used for. I think that's more what lions are used for in South Africa. Whenever you've got meat that is not fit for human consumption, how do you get rid of it? You know, it can become a hazard. So then the lions or the tigers can dispose of it easily. But then why has there never been tigers or lions in these areas? What happened to all that meat? Where does it go? I think I should actually investigate that a little bit better. Make sure what they used to do with it. Because now if there's someone that's got a big piece of beef that they need to get rid of, they can at least phone me or someone who's got these animals, and it can be done. And if the quality, like I said before, the quality of the meat is good, there's very little that's waste. Most of it gets dissolved by them. So yeah, that's something to think about. Enzo is having a feast. He really enjoys this. Let's see what Diego is doing. Diego's got a much smaller piece, but doesn't matter. He loves it. He's enjoying every bit of it. That's one thing about feeding tigers. You have to get them good food. They have to get proper meat. I remember when Enzo was little, he loved the cat food because we were raising him with the cats, and as the cats were being fed, he used to like that tins of cat food, and we gave him some of it. That was actually the way we got him to move around. If you wanted him to, or if you want to control him, you control him with the food. You show him the food and he runs to the other side of it. So you are able to shut the door, control him with that, and he loved that cat food. But it wasn't necessarily the best thing for him, because he needs raw meat and a lot of calcium. So yeah, we just used that to control him because he loved it so much. But he had his meat every night. When they're little, I tend to feed them, when they just start eating meat, I tend to feed them 3 times a day, because they need all those protein and calcium to develop those bones. And Then I changed it to at about 6 months old. I changed it to 2 times a day. And then at about 1 year old, I changed it to once a day. But then obviously much more once a day. So that is the amount of times I feed them. Now I only feed them once a day, and I'm considering not feeding them tomorrow. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna see what they look like. If I can see that indentation, you can actually see it there. That indentation right there in the middle. That's actually quite good. I like to see that, and I know he's not overfed. I'll see what is left of this piece after he's done with it and what he looks like tomorrow. Don't want to overfeed him too much. I didn't know I was going to get this, so I took out their food already this morning. But yeah, they're eating away. They're enjoying it. I'll let you guys know if I did skip tomorrow to not feed them. But I tend to feed them every day. Only if they look uncomfortable, then I would not feed them. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you don't feel like I did when I cut through that piece and threw it to them. I didn't like it at all. And the smell of the meat, not that it smells bad, it's fresh, but still it's got a smell, and that actually made me a little sick. But what do you do? Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.